We all know the saying, seeing is believing. I don't know the full context, but I'm guessing it is meaning to say that when you see something, you can believe it. And really, when you see something, you don't necessarily have to believe it because when you see something, you know it. So it doesn't necessitate believing. It brings knowledge because you know it to be true. Although the truth is, things can be brought into question as to the validity of that what you saw or what you thought you saw, because it could have been a figment of imagination. It could have been something that affected your sight, and so on and so forth. But of course, there's another aspect of seeing, and that is how each individual person sees the world. And not seeing as in physically seeing with our physical eyes, but more so with how we perceive and understand the world, how we perceive that which we see with the eyes, how we perceive that which we hear and that which we experience. And how we see and how we think and how we act is all determined by how our brain operates, how our consciousness operates. We can only see what we're able to see. That's why we have varying beliefs and ideologies, and we act in separate ways because we act according to what it is that we see, that which we inherently see, that which is beyond being created externally. Our ability to accept things externally, to understand, to comprehend, once again, is all determined about what's in here, how this operates. It is akin to the physical eyes and one being colorblind. Well, if you're colorblind, you can only see a specific color spectrum. I guess it's grays, black and whites, right? So no matter what it is that you see with your eyes, you're seeing those, but your mind, it is your brain that's controlling the aspect of being colorblind. So you see objects, but you only see them within the ability of that which you can see, which is in lacking color. And so that is the same as that we operate through our entire world, is that we can only see according to how we're able to see. And thus, going back to seeing is believing, that's why everything in our world is ultimately based off of our belief. We operate completely and totally in this world based off our belief of how we should do things, of how things are. Because I know that I see differently than you see. I know this for a fact and in truth because of my dealings with people that I come across, people here on YouTube, people on the internet, that when I breathe forth what it is I believe, and once again, when I speak of what I believe, it is not just what I believe. It is, once again, it is what I see. It's what I understand, overstand, and understand. And so I'm not trying to express to you what it is I believe per se. It is more of I'm trying to express to you what it is that I see. When I tell you that truth is God, it is because that is literally what I see. That's what I'm able to comprehend. That when I look and when I read the different books, the holy books and the doctrines and whatnot, still as I look around and I go through them, still at the end of the day, I have to come back to what it is I'm able to comprehend, and that is that still that truth is God. And that's what's there. It's not because I was taught that. It's because it is inherent within me. And it has been there for the longest, forever, ultimately. But it has been have been aware of it for a shorter period than it has been, of course, inherently within me since I was born. But truth is God, and once again, I'm not offering that to you as right, exact, and in fact. I'm saying first that is what I see, and as I see it, I understand that you don't see that, so I have to say, well, this is what I believe in. I thought to offer it to as offer to you as I believe, because if you don't see the same thing, then how can I be right? And for anybody and everybody, no matter how many people can agree with what it is, your ideology, your religion, your faith, if everybody doesn't see and see the same thing, and aren't able to grasp and accept the same thing, then we see differently. So how can I say that mine is correct, right, and just, other than saying, well, the truth will bear out. And so I always come back to that, and eventually that what I'm saying is going to bear out, because I'm going to say it's all about truth. So, once again, understand, seeing is believing. So what I see is what I am able to believe in. What you see is what you are able to believe in. And that's why we must accept people for what it is they put forward, no matter how backwards you want to say it is, how wrong you want to say it is, how backwards it is, because you must accept that they are like you, and that ultimately you are putting forth what it is that you see, right? The reason you believe what you believe is because you are not able to believe other things. You don't believe in a different religion because you cannot believe in that. It just doesn't feel right. You can't believe in a God because it just doesn't feel right. So on and so forth. And there are others that think differently than you, act differently, the good, the bad, the ugly, indifferent, all that. Because that is what they see. So that's what they have to believe in. And once again, your entire life is based off of belief. Everything is based off belief. And so it also brings to that when we speak, when we express ourselves, actually I'm going to leave that to a different video.